All right, it is time.
It's that time.
Python
It's that
on
week.
hardware. Yeah, we've got a lot going on.
Wow, this is the most CircuitPython, Python hardware news ever.
Yeah, so let me start with some news. 2008 is the beginning of the year, of course.
2019.
2018 was, sorry, 2018 was the beginning.
Was the beginning.
Was when we were asking about what do you want to see in CircuitPython, and then 2019 we did that, and we have an entire list now. There is an aggregation of all these. It's on a post. Look for it on our website. It's linked on every blog post right now in the extra section at the bottom. It's also in our newsletter. It's everywhere. Celebrating CircuitPython for Beta 1. Last week we released 4.0 Beta 0 with refined Bluetooth energy and display APIs. There's a couple bugs, squished them. Now we're up to Beta 1.
Yay.
So check
Yeah, there's
that
always
out.
a couple quick betas right after we release.
Yeah.
You know, there's always like, oh, fix the bug, fix the bug. 'Cause a lot of people suddenly show up and like, I want to try this out.
Yeah.
And we squish some bugs.
Okay. We're on our way to 1,000 stars for Circuit.
How many do we
Python.
have?
Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked, because if we only had a Python-powered IoT display that parses JSON and shows it live. Oh, look.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. So
We have 910.
Yeah.
And
so
this will ding when somebody stars us.
This is an unreleased device. It's Python-powered. GitHub.com/Adafruit/CircuitPython. If you star us during the show, if you already have not,
Yeah, it has to be a new star.
has to be a new star, we'll get a ding, and you'll probably hear it through the show. So we're going to
That'll
leave
be
this
exciting.
on.
And so go up.
Yeah, we're going to leave this on throughout
We
the
need
show.
more. This is important. We have to
Yeah.
collect all the
We
stars.
have to get to 1,000. Hackspace Magazine, I want to give a shout out to them. They don't pay us to do this or anything, but if you subscribe, it'll help support them. This is one of the best maker magazines out there. Also, if you subscribe for the year, you get a Circuit Playground Express, which runs CircuitPython. CircuitPython was on the cover, besides Colin, of Hackspace Magazine. There is a giant article about CircuitPython, the language made for makers. So they dive in, talk about why it's good, has Moo in it, all sorts of good stuff. And then there's projects inside Hackspace Magazine. This project is from Sophie, who I think's in the chat tonight.
Yes,
This is
it's
a really
light painting glove.
Yeah, you can use CircuitPython for that. Then if you want to, we just got, look at that. Did you hear it?
912.
Yeah.
912.
That's nice, thank you. Keep doing it.
Boop.
Then using Python and Raspberry Pi, here is the sorting toys. This is cool.
January 14.
Sorting toys, the robot way.
Yes, it uses a color sensor for Pomeroni, and it uses our motor shield.
Yeah.
And it uses our CircuitPython library called MotorKit, I believe.
Yeah.
That Kattni wrote.
There was a review of the Trellis M4 Express. This is a very unique, interesting device. It's a CircuitPython powered device. It plays WAV files.
Music and audio
Yeah, it
and
could be a MIDI
synthesizer.
controller. It got 9 out of 10. High praise.
Nice.
JP was on Cool Tools, one of our favorite podcasts, talked a little bit about CircuitPython and more, gave a good explanation of it. Thank you, JP. EduBlocks is in beta as well. Lots of betas this week. Adafruit.edublocks.org. If you want to program using Python but blocks and it can switch back and forth, try EduBlocks.
Try it out. It's beta. Give them feedback. We'll also have a guide coming soon. Wow, the dings are coming in like crazy.
Keep it going.
It's out of control. It's
Yeah.
a nice. You can hear every time someone stars.
It's like those old PBS like fundraisers, like get a tote bag and a
I totally get a
coffee mug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So we got EduBlocks. We'll have a guide for EduBlocks as well.
The Arkansas Department of Education has 400 or so Circuit Playground Expresses that they're giving to their educators by using things like CircuitPython and MakeCode. We linked it up if you happen to be in Arkansas and you're an educator. Check it out. This is Lady A can
Yes,
talk
this
about
is
this
a
more.
good guide by Brent, who is such a blessing, such a mitzvah. This is a lot of people. Sometimes they end up, doing stuff with their Metro M0 or M4, their Feather, their M0, M4 boards, Trinket M0, Gem M0, Feather M0, and some such. You might blow away the bootloader. The bootloader does have protection bits, but you can brick it if you like, or maybe you're making a custom board. So we have a guide now on how to use a J-Link Mini, or you can use either an Atmel Ice board, and then how to use Atmel Studio, which is free software, to load the bootloader, unlock the bootloader, load the bootloader, and then relock it afterwards so that you can resuscitate boards that may not be working right now.
Okay. Next up, this is a whole collection of projects that used the Circuit Playground Express to make these operation games, these custom ones. This Lakers player, he's made out of butter. Really cool.
I think he's got some ham.
Yeah, a really cool custom operation games. This is one of those Euro tracks that you can make, and this was using
It's a synthesizer.
Yeah, this is using CircuitPython. These are more community projects. This was a Raspberry Pi bot, and it was using Bluetooth and Swift and CircuitPython all to control this bot.
It's a cute bot.
Yeah.
Look at it roll. Zoom. What a little bot.
Blitz City DIY is using CircuitPython and this controller to control Cricket, and there's a joystick with it.
Yeah.
We hit kind of a new level with CircuitPython. We have 30 boards altogether that support CircuitPython, so we have this in this neat grid here. We updated the awesome list, and I'll talk about some of the updates on that. But you can take a look. These are all the boards. Ours are there. Then the Arduino boards that are supported, electronic cats, the mini SAM, the NRF boards, the Maker Diary, Particle, and then all these Sparkfun boards. Speaking of, check out the Sparkfun Redboard Turbo. This is a SAMD21 based Redboard with support for CircuitPython. Watch Rob's video, Python scripts on a Redboard.
Amazing.
And this week they published another guide on using CircuitPython with their Lumi drive, which is another CircuitPython powered Sparkfun board.
Yeah, so this is the power of Python. It's just so easy.
And then this is the
FOMU.
the tiny USB that's going over to FPGAs.
Right, this is Valenti USB.
One step closer for CircuitPython and FPGAs.
This is the FOMU from Zobs, which is a crowd-funded FPGA ICE40 version of the Tomu. And they finally got USB transfers working, which is exciting because we're using the same USB stack that we're using for CircuitPython, which means once they get it working, CircuitPython with USB support will be totally possible to do on these FPGA boards, which I think people are very excited about.
And other hardware news are Adafruit. This all has the CircuitPython libraries that go along with it, so you can use it. We have the NRF 52840 as a module if you want to
pick one up and you can
make your own CircuitPython.
Yep, load it with the bootloader and then run CircuitPython on it.
We have a not out yet. This is a sensor.
This is a crypto chip.
Yeah.
And there's a micropython library for it already. The at ECC somebody tweeted us. I can't remember their username.
Yeah.
And they already have a micropython library, which is really exciting. So you can use crypto chips to securely store your secrets. This is an ESP32 helper. As I've been doing more ESP32 stuff, last weekend I did the SPI client work for ESP32 as a coprocessor. So you might want to have an ESP32 that doesn't have a lot of extras like a USB connection. It's very compact. So you have very compact boards that you can use to add Wi-Fi to your Arduino or CircuitPython boards using our library.
This is a Metro NRF 52840. We'll be showing some other surprises and more in our top secret, but I want to show
this is a design. It's like the NRF 52832 didn't have a ton of pins, but the 840 has plenty. So you can have QSPI and debug, and then all the pins. And then this is also our first board with USB-C. You can see up there in the top left. So we're going to make a USB-C board. Okay. See how that goes.
You like the teensy? Well, guess what? Another one's coming out.
Itsy bitsy.
Sorry.
I know that somebody.
I keep saying that. Well,
they're small.
You're really going to like the itsy bitsy then.
The itsy bitsy NRF 52840. This is actually a double-sided board because people were like, well, we have the 32U4, the M0, and the M4 itsy bitsies, and it's like, oh, we want an NRF 52841. Well, I couldn't fit it all on top, so it's a double-sided board. But you can see the module on top, 2 buttons, dot star LED, and indicator LED. On the bottom is the power supply stuff.
Scott showed this off on the show and tell, but here's the video that I took from his Twitter. This is the terminal stuff. So when you
REPL on the display.
Yeah, when you boot up a CircuitPython device, it has real-time what's going on. It's cool. MicroPython version 1.10 released. Title is Vast Improvements in Native Emitter, New NRF Port, Unified Documentation. So check out.
Yeah, a lot of people are running 1.94, but now we're up to 1.10. Yeah. So more stuff, lots of bug fixes.
Yep.
Good things.
And other MicroPython news, we just stocked this. This is the Calliope board, and this runs MicroPython.
That's right.
If you want to hack some of the Sonoff devices, you can put MicroPython on them.
Yes, they have ESPs inside of them usually.
Yep. This is a MicroPython powered Rubik's Cube.
Ooh, neat.
Player, device, solver, yeah.
Unsolver, unclear.
This was neat. I didn't see this anywhere, so I wanted to write about it. This is the Lumpy board. It's from Indonesia only, and it's a MicroPython board, ESP32. and check out the resources that we link to as well. Like a menagerie of different boards out there. Moo has some exciting news. This is something that will be coming up in Moo soon. This is third-party library support. So
instead of running pip3 or pip, you can do it from within Moo.
Third-party Python packages via the Python packaging.
Yes.
To use within Moo's isolated Python environment.
That's right, because you don't, to make Moo easy for people to use, especially, this is not, it's micropython, CircuitPython yet, but if you're using it as a Python editor, it runs its own internal version of Python, so it's protected, and you can't uninstall by accident. But that means if you want to install packages, you need to do it from within Moo.
Zenith is over in Discord. I think Zenith is doing pull requests for adding some cool new graphics to Moo. We also added a Moo emoji if you type :Moo in Discord.
Nice.
I did a roundup of some Python history. Did you know that Python was originally designed for Amoeba?
What's Amoeba? It's a computer.
Amoeba is a distributed operating system developed by Andrew S. Tenenbaum and others at the Vrije University in Amsterdam. The goal of the Amoeba project was to build a time-sharing system. So this is what Python was developed for.
That's cool. Tenenbaum is, he's famous for operating system books.
And this is where, this was called the Zoo.
Okay.
And this is where Python ran.
Python is much older than I thought. I don't know why. I kind of assumed it kind of came into being in 1998, but that's totally not true.
Sun 360, 350, some 386 is some Sparks.
It ran on the 68030.
Yeah. So anyways, that's some Python history, and we also put in some Python hardware history, TinyPy and PyMite. PyCascades is coming up February 23rd, 24th. Nina is doing a talk about specifically Python on hardware. PyCon is coming up. I think Scott's going to be at PyCascades, and I think Scott's going to be at PyCon as well. That's coming up in May. We still are looking for people to help translate all the things in CircuitPython to different languages, that's spoken language that is, and written languages. We have all of our libraries, all the stuff going on with Blinka, news about our Discord. Thank you everyone in Discord, especially in the CircuitPython channel. And then we updated Awesome CircuitPython. We added a ton of stuff. We update it every 2 months. We have to update it even more. We put all the boards that are supported, all the new resources, books, news articles, code. It's there. In case you all missed it, don't worry about it. Go to adafruitdaily.com. You can go to the archives and the categories, and that is Python news. There's so much going on in the world.
We can't even keep it straight. There's just so much going on.
There's a lot. Okay.